and we're moving into our second conversation for today. We are joined by a very familiar face. Lascelles Arnold is with us, and he is here to talk about his latest business venture, Belize Commercial Laundry and Linens. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Let me at least update viewers, because my first question was when the dry cleaners will open, and you said it is open and functioning
right.
again.
Yeah, it's open and functioning.
Yeah. So let's start with that. As a business owner facing COVID times, you were one of those institutions who had to take stock and decide to close your business for a while. Let's talk about that particular period for you and how it shaped this new idea.
Yeah. What happened with the COVID and the dry cleaning, because everything got to do with meeting people. We provide like dry cleaning, tuxedo rental, so for weddings, funerals, all outings and stuff like that. People going to conference, come and rent suits and do dry cleaning and stuff like that. And when we close down the city, then everything gone.
Yeah.
Like from 100 to 0 overnight, because the curfew and everything.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, we always look at the positive.
Yeah.
And then we look at the idea that we are in construction, building a new business.
Yeah.
So we take that time to take our time that we have not, then to continue to push through with the new venture.
And that isn't uncommon. In fact, quite a few business owners innovated quite a bit in the pandemic, and you pushed forward with an idea that you had already started doing
had already
for a bit.
started, yeah.
So tell us about commercial laundry.
Okay, what happened with commercial laundry, and I need to tie it to Channel 5.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Way back in the early 1990s, 1991, 92, I meet with Stuart Crone, and I tell him about this idea. I always have a lot of idea about having a show, a TV show like what we are having right now. To kind of think Belize needed. We always look at TV. TV was getting popular in Belize, but no show. So I went to Stuart right on Regent Street. So I tell him the idea. He said, "But who will be the host?" I tell him Dickie Bradley. He just came back from law school and this and that, and he's very bright and he have a good grip. He used to be in the civil service. He used to be at the post office. He have a good grip on the society and things. So he said, "Well, make us sit down and have a talk." So we set up the evening, and Dickie Bradley come over, and we sit down and we plan out the whole program. And so the talk show started in Belize.
What?
And Stuart Crone, always whenever I go down to Naya, he always bring it up. And with that show, we had so it's a win-win situation where the country win, because all the problems that we have in Belize, we could have bring it out.
Yeah.
People have all this thing tied up in them, they don't have no outlet like we have right now. And our main concern that time was the hospitals, concern the sheets and the linens, and they're not doing it properly, and the sheets some bed doesn't even have on sheets, and the sheets that is on the bed is all have stains and bloods and stuff like that. And they had a serious issue with it. And so on the show, those stuff come out.
Yeah.
And then the ministry, because of the show now, because of the pressure, it looked bad on the ministry. So the ministry, they contact me and ask me, the time I've already started dry cleaning.
Dry cleaners, yeah.
And we started to do some laundry. And they asked us if we could help them, because it's an embarrassment. And so I said, no problem. And we call our people in Miami that we do business with, setting up business like this. And they came down to Belize, and they look at the whole situation. That's the old Belize City Hospital.
Yeah, Eve Street.
Not Carl Hushner.
Yeah.
And Eve Street.
Yeah.
And we do a study on what it is that we really need, equipment and whatever it is. And we went and do some training, and we started to set up downstairs of my parents' house. We start in a downstairs, because we couldn't build a building.
And it's specialized cleaning. I think that's what people, it's not like throwing it in a washer and dryer.
It's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
So from there we started, and then when they design and build a new Carl Hushner Hospital, they designed it without a laundry because of the same thing. That we are doing a laundry, so they want us to continue to do a laundry in the new hospital. So they didn't put in a new laundry system in there.
Okay.
And then from there we went on, and then we have the other districts that start to call, they want the service, and we start to provide to the different districts. So we wash for all the districts and most private hospitals in Belize, all the way to Corozal and San Ignacio, except Toledo, Dangriga, Orange Rock, Belmopan, all over.
So and that was the question I asked you while we were getting ready. You were already doing commercial laundry.
Right.
So what you've done now is outfitted a space specifically for it.
Especially for it. What happened, we go to a lot of trade shows, we member different association.
Yeah.
And going to those trade shows, and then they invite us to see different plants whenever we go. You get excited that why Belize can't have one of this? And then we, tie with the idea over and over. And then when we start to get in all the districts contracts, we decide that it's time to build one.
Yeah.
And then so in 2016, we started plan and design, and it took us about 2 years to do all the design and plan. My daughter, Christine, she's an architect, so she helped us to do the design. And the idea was to put a team together to build this facility. So we had to get engineers. So we get M&M engineer with the piles and that stuff. We get Chris Construction. We get Kayo Steel from Kayo to build the building, to the steel structure. And then we get FT and FT Williams to do all the electrical and all the mechanics. And then we had Ayuso, plumbing. So I put the team together and tell them what we want to do. And then we plan it out. Yeah. And then we get the people from the States, the consultant, we send up the plans to make sure we tweak everything. And then COVID came after construction start. So we had to really make sure that we have serious separation of dirty linen from the clean area.
Yeah.
Right? So COVID really helped us a lot for the future. Yeah. So we put all this stuff in place.
Oh, so especially because you didn't imagine a contamination of this type.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now your building is set up to handle that.
Right.
Ah, yeah.
So I don't know if they could show the video.
The opportunities that come with challenges.
Yeah, if they could show the video, then people will see a better picture.
Yeah, they'll have it running.
Yeah.
But
they have an infomercial. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah. Even the images that we're seeing.
If they could put the volume on for this, and the public
the people would see it. Yeah.
But this looks. Everything that we're seeing looks very state of the art. Can you tell us a little bit about the level of technology and service that that's now available in the country?
Right. It's second to none in the Caribbean and Central America. We travel all over. Yeah. And what we have done here is state of the art. Even the president of the association tells us that we really went all out on it. And we use the latest equipment. Everything is computerized. The ending of the process, we have less touching with hands because everything is automated. The press, fold, stock, part, counts, everything. You'll see it in even the equipment we get specialized for hospital laundry. Yeah. Everything, those are the chemicals, especially for, so we get a consistent, predictable wash every single day. It doesn't matter who operating the washing machine.
Is there a certification process?
Yes, there is a certification process. And you'll see we have to get all our workers certified.
Yeah.
We get a supervisor and my daughter, they went to the linen college in the States. They actually have a college to certify you in managing a linen. We call it laundry in Belize, they call it linen management. Yeah. Because we're managing all your linens. Yeah. So it's not just washing it, but doing everything that we need to do for that linen, no? Yeah. And that machine we have there, it's the latest they have in the world right now.
What does that do?
Whenever the sheets or linen come out, the washer come out wet after it's spin dry, and it pass through this machine dry it, press it, fold it, count it, stock it, everything.
Is there a mini version for my house?
Yeah.
But that's the key thing. This isn't for everyday laundry.
No. This is strictly for commercial. We do, that machine there, it fold everything. That could fold pants, shirt, scrubs, squares, gowns, whatever.
So in order for someone to access this service, it has to be bulk. In other words, you have to have a substantial amount. What's your your limits that you have set.
For
So if I want, I can't bring my 5 sheets there.
no, you could
It's-
bring no. What happened? We have the building is a 12,000 square foot building.
Yes.
Right. You see how much linen we could do for the month.
Yeah.
Right. It's separate completely.
Yeah.
We have upstairs is a complete clean area, and we have downstairs separated between hotel and hospital, completely separated.
Okay.
And what happened?
Oh.
These are storage for
Yeah.
if there's a hurricane, so we have enough storage. And the idea with the hotel now is we have the hotel and the drop-off laundry. We do a lot of hotels, like from the Keys, those little small islands, like Blackbird or Key Chapel and different islands, that they bring in their linens whenever they bring in their workers or they come buy, purchase goods to service the hotel. They bring in the linens, we wash it, so by the time they're ready to go the next day, it's ready packed to go out on the boat.
Okay.
But for small, we have small hotels, or people from home, we have a drop-off section
Yeah.
that we are almost finished working on now, hotel and the drop-off section. We still do drop-off right now at the old building, but in the new building we're having a new facility for it. It's really state-of-the-art.
Yeah.
So you could bring your sheets and we could press it and everything.
Okay. Okay. And especially for the
And
bulky
these are
items.
certification, yeah.
Especially for the bulky items, things like your comforters, you
Right, we
never
do
have
all
any
that.
place to take
Right.
those. Okay.
Yeah, we have all that.
Now, there are 2 markets here, especially for you. There is the hospital, and it
Right.
seems that you already have that business going. Let's talk about the hotel market
Right.
and what's the benefit for hotels to use this service versus perhaps having someone who does laundry in the hotel
Right.
itself.
One of the main issues we find with the hotels, and the reason why a lot of them bring their linen to us, the equipment that they use is a major problem in Belize for maintenance. So they run the machine till they stop work, and then they have problems with it.
Yeah.
They never maintain it, they never keep it. Then most hotels, they don't even have a presser to press a sheet, so they just wash, dry, and fold and put it on the bed. Right? So if you want a nice finish, like you go to a 4-star or 5-star hotel,
Yeah.
nicely finished and presentable, especially with competition,
Yeah.
then we get that type of business. Because most hotel small, they can't afford a ironer to iron the sheets. They might have a washer and a dryer, 2 washer and 2 dryer.
Yeah.
But the benefit will be that they don't have to worry about staffing and maintenance and the space. Like for instance, in the hospital, almost all hospitals in the States outsource. The reason for that, the space is too valuable for a laundry space. They could use that for rooms, for different things. And
Yeah.
then they end up managing a facility like that to do their laundry with managers and supervisors and staff, and then they deal with all the social security and salaries and
even quality control.
the quality control. So they're moving away from the core business, which is medical service, to getting into managing laundry. It become a big headache for them.
Yeah.
So they outsource it, they know they get it, and that's it.
Yeah. And so that's the same thing you think will be helpful for the hotel industry.
Right. For the hotel now, you have your, you set up your hotel, and then you don't have to worry about the linens. And you just deliver the linens, or we pick up the linens, and we take it back for you.
And that includes bed sheets, comforters, towels,
Pillows,
napkins.
right.
Okay.
And then for restaurants, we do the same thing. We press where we do a lot of business in Belize, like when we had before COVID, we have a lot of workshops or conference, right?
Yeah.
So all the tablecloths and stuff like that, we
Yeah.
press. Like Central Bank, we do a lot for Central Bank. So when they have all the conference table cover up,
Yeah.
we do a lot of pressing and stuff like that.
So, once again, you have identified a specific market. Talk about the investment you had to make, though.
So overall, it's a $5 million investment. We invest already over $3.8 million, right? In a market like this, and at a time like this, it's kind of tough and very risky. But if we don't do it now, when we'll do it, right? And the day will come, we have to do it anyway. So, and I think Belize deserve, like when I went to Mirab, you go into Mirab, you see a nice place, and ask the owner, say, what Dallas said, why Belize people deserve something like this. They go to Chatham, they go to the States, they feel good when they go into something like that. And I think the same thing with it. I think we deserve to provide proper service to Belizean to make them look good, and for the hotel industry, especially to compete with the rest of the Caribbean, to provide proper linens. So like for instance, the hospital, we own the linens. So we control the quality.
Yeah.
So if a sheet torn or wear, so we replace that.
Okay.
At our cost.
So it's a full service.
It's a
that
full
you
service,
provide.
right?
Okay, I thought they were bringing theirs, but you provide.
We provide, right?
Interesting.
Which is a good service, and most outsourcing in the States, that's what they do. So it's a linen management rental. So it's a both thing, no?
So with this level of investment, the big fear for many people, if they do want to do a state-of-the-art, high-quality service or product for Belize, is, am I going to make it back? Am I going to even be able to cover the investment? What would you say? Will you be able, is there sufficient, is the market big enough for you to be able, for this investment to be worthwhile?
Yes, over time, yes, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. We have contracts with the government, with the hospitals, which is a constant thing. And then you know how that goes, government change and different things. But we're doing it from 1993 until now. And we had a lot of the private hospitals. We're doing, like, we do Medical Associate and all the other guests, Dr. Gabriel and all the small one, even Loma Los in Cayo.
Okay.
So we're all over the country. But once we continue getting those business, it could pay off for itself over time.
Okay.
And then with the hotel, it could be really the icing on the cake, getting all those business in, a lot of those business in.
Let me ask about that just even more. So when a hotel sends their sheets to BCLL, what's the difference in cleanliness? Let's talk, because there's a chemical process, a cleaning process, and you talked about the press and the finish.
Right.
But what's the difference in terms of the cleanliness they're able to provide?
First, number one, the building is, if you go there, it's spotless. It's like, it's clean.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, we have zone. So whenever the linen come in, it come in through one area. And then we weigh and then sorted, right? And then from there, after it sorted, you go a weigh again to go to the different size machine. We got a different size machine. And from there, after a wash, it goes on a lift and goes upstairs, right? So the clean area is completely separate through an elevator lift that take it upstairs. And then when it goes to the, before it concerns the washing area, we have chemical dispensing. So we have all the chemicals set up, and then they can connect it to each washing machine. So, say for instance, we use program 1 for light soil, medium soil 2, and heavy soil 3. All the work I need to do is to load that machine with that amount of weight that goes in, close the door, and press 1. Once you press 1 and start, the computer kick in and pick up the chemical and send it to that machine, through that whole wash cycle. So the first chemical go in, the second chemical go in, the third chemical go in at different time, depends on the program. So we get the same amount of water, the same amount of wash time, the same amount of chemical consistently. The water is treated. We treat the water, which is come from water, and they go through a system to soften the water to a certain level, so the chemical could react properly. So when it comes from the washing area now, it goes upstairs, and it pass through the machine. They sort out to see if there's any stain or anything we miss. Downstairs they do all the sorting out, and then from there they go into the presser. The machine could press up to 800 sheets an hour. Right, and that's just one machine. We have three pressers. We have smaller ones, right, about maybe 200 sheets, 150 sheets. But the main one do 800 sheets an hour. And then when the press, they go through up to 350 degrees. The machine could actually go up to 450 degrees. We have it set to like 350 right now. And then it goes in. So from the washing machine, it's wet. Just like when you're pressing a pants or something, you spray the water on it. So it's good when it's wet. It is wet. So you extract, and then it pass through the ironer. And when it pass through the ironer, it dries it going through the ironer. And then when it comes out through the back, it goes through a folder, and then you see what the fold. That's the folding machine. You see how fast so she's going through?
Yeah.
As fast as you could feel it, it will press it, fold it and stack it.
Yeah.
And of course, and there's a difference, you know, in the process between the way you clean for a hotel versus a hospital,
Yes,
right?
Yeah.
yes, it's a different. Because the hospital side, we have to put on PPEs and, the full thing. When the workers, they come in, they have their own changing room.
Yeah.
So they hand sanitize their hand, they go into that room, they change their clothes.
Was that always there before? Or that's post. That's after COVID.
That's part of the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was reinforced. We only had one, but with that now we have two changing rooms. One downstairs for the dirty area and another changing room for another set of staff for the clean area. So when they go in there, they change off, and then they go outside in the dirty area and receive the laundry. They put on the PPE, the masks, the N95 mask downstairs. Upstairs use the surgical mask. And then they have the shield, the gloves, and then the whole right down to the shoe. Everything completely covered. And the latest thing we get now is I don't know if you know about iron. Iron is a technology that they use in the fan. So if you notice, we have, you see some big yellow fan on the walls.
What does that do?
That fan, it send out the air that comes from it. They send out they call it irons that they kill any bacteria or COVID or whatever. So that whole area will be germ-free. So we have several of those downstairs.
So with this new investment, how many people did you hire?
Well, a lot of
Because you had some people who were already doing this before.
We had overall the whole company. We had up to 32 people working out with us.
Okay.
Right, and in this section for the hospital side, we have over a dozen people working that side for the hospital side. Then we'll have on the other side.
So you're definitely awaiting the tourism rebound as
right,
well.
Right, definitely. And right now what we want to do is to start a market so that how is the slow season coming into the high season that we could get enough business to fill up that.
As they get ready to, especially if their places have been closed up for a
Right.
while.
And then especially how they're starting up now, they don't have to be worrying about buying machine or getting staff because they will be starting up slow. They could send the sheets and we provide the service for them and they don't have that expense. They only pay for what they get.
You mentioned drop-offs, but do you also do pickups?
Yeah, we do pickups. We have two. We have a van and we have a truck.
Even outside of Belize City?
Yeah.
So if someone has a hotel in Hopkins and they want to use your services?
Yeah, we have pickup.
Okay.
We have pickup for the districts.
And can households benefit from this as well?
Household, definitely. We have a lot of people drop off. We have a drop-off section that people bring their laundry.
Okay.
And we wash, dry, and fold. If they have sheets and curtains and stuff, we press it for them.
Okay.
And fold it or put it on hangers and then they take it back home.
Okay.
So we have a lot of service for homeowners.
All right. Great. Anything else you'd like people to know about BCCL? BCLL, sorry.
BCLL. Especially hotel industry, it's very important for them maybe to give us a call, or we'll call them to, if they want this service to provide laundry service for the hotels, that we are capable and ready to do that.
Yeah. And the cost is by weight?
By weight, yeah.
Okay.
So and then it all depends on the amount you bring, the prices back and forth. Right. And then for the dry cleaners, I know you bring up the dry cleaners. It's a big undertaking we have here right now.
Yeah. And
we're looking at putting the dry cleaners and the tuxedo rental on the market. If anybody interested to take on that.
Yeah.
So
you'll shift to the commercial side, commercial laundry. Yeah. Okay. Well.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work doing all these.
Yeah. Well, just don't close on again.
That's
inconvenient.
And the dry cleaners is open for our customers.
I appreciate it. Well, Laselle, congratulations.
Thanks very much.
I know that doing something of this scale during a time like this, it's definitely concerning, but it is a necessary service that can help many different businesses.
And one other thing I want to just close off with saying that we do a lot of corporate responsibility helping out. Like for instance, when COVID started, we had, I think about 72 doctors come from Cuba. They were here for a whole year. The hotel, the hospital, the laundry, we had wash, BCLL had wash all their linens for that whole year for free as our contribution towards COVID.
Yeah.
We washed for the birth ambulance from the prime birth for the last 10 years for free because they provide a service for the country.
Yeah.
And we do a lot of like scholarship. We donate like to the hospitals. Sometimes we donate pillows to all the hospitals. We do a lot of donation and Gift of Life, Rotary. We involve with flying out children who get burned to the hospital. There's a lot of things we do, but we don't really blow toot our hand.
I know.
We just do what we got to do as a company. We give a lot of scholarship to students that went out to be professional and come back to Belize. We did a lot. So.
Nice. Well, thank you for telling us about it, and of course we wish you the best of luck. People now know that they can take advantage of this service. Business owners and hoteliers and restaurants as well with the tablecloths. They now know that if they can choose to outsource the service instead of taking on the task of cleaning in-house.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Laselle.
Thank you too.
All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking to the Olympic canoer who's going to be representing Belize in Tokyo. You'll meet him after the break, so stay tuned.